3D camera is one of the most powerful features in Fusion inside Davinci Resolve. You can create amazing 3D effects using a 3D camera, including transitions and dynamic screen animations. In this video, I'll show you how to use a 3D camera in Davinci Resolve, and we'll create a 3D screen effect together, so make sure to watch until the end. As you can see, Davinci Resolve is already open, and I'm on the edit page. Let's drag this screen recording onto the timeline. This is one of my Comfy UI tutorial recordings. Move the playhead to the section of the clip where you want to apply the effect, and trim it down. Let's make the clip about 3 seconds long, which is more than enough for this 3D effect. Now, click on the Fusion Page tab at the bottom. When you enter the Fusion page, you'll see 2 default nodes already connected, Media in 1, which is your source video, and Media Out 1, which sends the final output back to the edit page. First, disconnect both nodes. Make sure you leave some space between these 2 default nodes, so we have room to add more nodes. Now select the Media in 1 node, which contains your source media. Press Ctrl plus Spacebar on Windows or Command plus Spacebar on Mac to open the Select Tool dialog box. Type Image Plane 3D into the search field, select it, and click Add, or simply press Enter. It should automatically connect to the source media node. If it doesn't, connect it manually. This projects your 2D video clip onto a flat surface inside a 3D environment. Now, with the Image Plane 3D node selected, a preview of the 3D environment will appear in the top left viewer, with your source media displayed on the plane. To navigate around the 3D environment, press and hold the middle mouse button, then drag left or right. Hold Alt and drag the mouse to move up and down. To manipulate elements inside a 3D scene, you need to combine your nodes using a dedicated 3D scene hub. With the image plane selected, open the Select Tool dialog again, search for Camera 3D, and add a Camera 3D 1 node. This will automatically add a Merge 3D node and connect Camera 3D 1 to the workflow. This happens because the Camera 3D node cannot connect directly to the workflow on its own. To keep everything organized, let's reposition the nodes and clean up the layout. If you select the Camera 3D node, you'll see the 3D camera appear in the 3D viewer. You'll notice red, green, and blue arrows attached to it. Click and drag any of these arrows to move the camera in that direction. Let's use the blue arrow to move the camera slightly backward. To preview or send the 3D scene back to your regular video timeline, you need to render it back into a 2D image. For that, we need to add a Renderer 3D node. Select the Merge 3D node, open the Select Tool dialog, type Renderer 3D, and add a Renderer 3D 1 node. Connect the output of Renderer 3D 1 to the final Media Out 1 node to complete the workflow. Now select Renderer 3D 1, or Media Out 1, and press 2 to display the final rendered output in the right viewer. This allows you to see exactly what the camera sees as you move it around. As you can see, the output view is currently zoomed in. To fix that, move the image plane along the z-axis, or depth direction, by dragging the blue arrow. As you can see in the preview, the entire screen is now visible. Now we're ready to animate the camera and create our 3D screen effect. Make sure you can see both the 3D environment and the final 2D output at the same time. Click on the Camera 3D 1 node to select it. In the Inspector panel on the right side, click on the Transform tab. Under the Pivot section, move the pivot point, that little arrow control, onto your image plane. We're doing this because the camera will now rotate and animate around the media instead of around an empty point in space. Now it's time to set our keyframes. Move the playhead to the frame where you want the animation to begin. In my case, that's frame 10. In the Inspector, under the Transform tab, go to the Rotation section and adjust the Y rotation value. You can see the camera moving in the 3D viewer. Now, click the small diamond icon next to the rotation controls. The diamond will turn solid orange, indicating that the camera's starting position has been saved at this frame. Let's move to frame 160 and create our second keyframe. Since the first keyframe is already set, Davinci Resolve will automatically create a new keyframe as soon as you change the value at this frame. By default, the animation will be completely linear, which can make the movement feel robotic and unnatural. To make it smoother and more professional, click the spline button in the top right corner of the interface. This opens the spline editor at the bottom. In the spline editor, check the boxes for camera 3D 1 and Y rotation. Click this button to display all keyframes. And this button smooths the animation, creating a more natural camera movement. You can drag these handles farther out if you want an even smoother animation. Once you're done, close the spline editor and return to the main workspace. Move the playhead back to the beginning and press play to preview the camera movement. If the animation feels too fast or too slow, simply reopen the spline editor or the keyframe panel and move the second keyframe closer or farther away. Now, let's switch back to the edit page and see how everything looks. I think that looks pretty good, and that's how you use a 3D camera in Davinci Resolve. In the next video, I'll show you how to save this 3D screen effect as a preset, so you can apply it to any media whenever you want.